Welcome to episode 21 of my Yarny Corner. My name's Alex and I live in Yorkshire in the UK, and this is a podcast all about knitting and crochet. So welcome everybody. You're all really far away. Is that better? That's better. I hope you're all okay and I hope you've had a lovely crafty 2 weeks. Today is Thursday, the 21st of October. I should know that because I'm doing Vlogtober and it's day 21. It's freezing cold outside. I went out to do the school run this morning and it's 4 degrees. It's absolutely freezing, but my favourite time of the year. So, I'll leave in the description box below all the information about where you can find me, and anything that I talk about in the podcast will be linked below as well. There's also a Ko-fi page if you would like to support the podcast. And I think that's everything for that. You still let me sort this camera out 1 minute. That's better. You felt really far away. So, welcome. To all you new subscribers, thank you so much for joining me. There's been quite a flurry of new subscribers. I don't know if that's because of Vlogtober, or I think it's probably because of Vlogtober, but thank you so much for joining me. It's lovely to have you here. And to all my regular subscribers, hi! And thank you for coming back and spending some more time with me. So we've got a few things to talk about today. I've got some finished objects and we'll talk about what happened with the Stephen West man. I think if you've been watching Vlogtober, you already know what happened with that. And we also have the giveaway to do. So I'm going to start with finished objects. I have 2. Sorry about that, it's got a phone call. So I've been making some socks for the Mouses Makes make-along, which is run by Mandy of the Mouses Makes podcast. So I've been scribbling away making socks, and I have finished these 2 pairs you saw on the last podcast actually, but I only had 1 of each. So this is the first pair, this is the shorty socks, and the yarn is Snuggly Stars yarn. Now, I do a 64 stitch sock and a 1x1 rib. The yarn colour, I had this problem last time, is 500 years later. And I think I need to go down a needle size. These are a little bit big. I think my knitting's obviously definitely relaxed, so I definitely need to go down a needle size. So I need to buy some more needles. I currently do it on a 2.75. And I've done that since I've started making socks, but these are a little bit big. So I need to get some more needles. But these are them. There are 2. I've been wearing them, so they've been washed and worn, and they've washed beautifully. The heel is the Shadow Wrap heel. And this is by Earth Tones Girl. She has a tutorial on her YouTube channel, which is absolutely brilliant. I watched it 1 time and I've never had to watch it again. She explained it so well that I was just able to memorise it from that tutorial. I've always done the Fish Lips Kiss heel, as you all know. I talk about that a lot. But this one is just so much more intuitive. I've been doing the Fish Lips Kiss heel since I started making socks, and I always have to look at the pattern. But with this, I don't, and it fits much better. And it looks, even when you fold the socks up, not that it should make a difference when you fold socks up how they look. If I get one of my other socks out. So this is the Fish Lips Kiss heel on another sock that I've done. These sit so much better when you fold them as opposed to these ones. That kind of sticks up like that. Whereas the Shadow Wrap heel just sits nice and flat in my box. So, you know, benefits and all that. I do like the Fish Lips Kiss heel, but like I say, this one is just much more intuitive. And I always work top down. I usually make shorty socks, but I'll talk about that in a minute. And then I do 5 inches after the heel, which leaves me 2 inches for the heel, 5 inches for the foot section, and 2 inches for the toe, which gives me 9 inches, which is the length that I need. I really like them. They're super soft. The yarn is just beautiful. It's funny because I bought this at Yarndale, and I was talking to her when I bought the yarn, and she said this yarn had been really popular, and it was actually a mistake. She was trying to create a different colourway, so she never wrote the recipe down for this one. and I think it sold out at Yarndale. I mean, look at that, it's just beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So that's the first pair of socks. My second pair of socks are my Yarndale socks, which are these ones. This yarn is the West Yorkshire Spinners yarn that they made exclusively for Yarndale, and it's in the Nigel colourway. Now, as you all know, I love shorty socks, but with this one, I wanted to use as much as the yarn as I possibly could. I think I'm going to make some mitts out of what I've got left. I've got enough to make some mitts. I'm sure I've got about 45 grams of this left. The heels and toes are truly rich wool, and that is in the, I think it's just the cream colourway. But yeah, I absolutely love those. And I've just done exactly the same thing. It's a 1x1 ribbon, 64 stitches. These actually fit okay, but the other socks I made, they were my last pair that I made. I can really tell that they're too big. So I'm going to have to get some more needles. But yeah, absolutely love these ones. They're my favourite. And because they're long, when I've got a pair of jeans on, so I've got an itchy nose. Oh, I've got on my nose. When I've got a pair of jeans on, I pull them up over my jeans, and with my boots they look really nice. So I'm really pleased they're finished. 2 finished objects. Yay! Let's have a drink of my coffee. So we'll talk about the Stephen West Mal. If you've not been watching Vlogtober, you won't know what happened. So I was so excited for the Stephen West make along. I chose all my colours and I was really, really excited. And currently I don't have it to show you because it's been pulled out. Nothing to do with Stephen West at all. His patterns are amazing. You all know that I adore Stephen West. And I might add, he's got 33% off today. I don't know if it's all weekend, but I know definitely today 33% off his patterns because it's his birthday. So if you go check him out on Instagram, you'll see that. So I'm already hunting Ravelry. When I was setting up for the podcast this morning, I was sitting on Ravelry looking at the patterns that I wanted. But back to the shawlography. So I'd started it, I'd got the first section, well, the first part done okay, and it came onto the wedge section, which was the German short rows. And I think initially I got the first 2 done and I was absolutely fine, and then I messed up on the 3rd wedge. So my friend Mandy, who has the Mouses Makes podcast, had very, very kindly put up a YouTube tutorial on her last podcast explaining how to do these German short rows. And that was because she kept, bless her, she kept trying to explain it to me over message and I couldn't get what she meant. So I watched her tutorial and I understood finally. What I was doing was when I was going back to pick up the short rows, I was just picking up one leg of the stitch because I wasn't concentrating and messing it up. So started it for the 3rd time and I got all the way up to wedge 5 or wedge 6, I think, and did it again. So I thought, it's fine, I'm going to leave the hole, it doesn't matter. Stephen West says, it's fine if you make a mistake, just leave it. So I left it, but it was bugging me. I got onto the next wedge and I did it again. And it's nothing to do with the pattern, it's purely and simply because I'd lost concentration. And I think as well, there's the element of, because everybody's making it at the same time, I'm kind of thinking I've got to get this done, I've got to keep up with everybody else. So I took the decision to wait until the make-along's over and I'm going to make it then. So I've kept all the wool in the bag and I'm just going to start it when everybody else finishes because I do love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful pattern, but I think I had that bit of pressure on to get the clues done and just not concentrating enough. So if you're all expecting some lovely progress on the Stephen West shawl, I'm really, really sorry. I'm useless. I'm rubbish. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do it, although I'm eyeing up the Starflake shawl at the moment and Boardwalk. When I went to Yarndale, I can't remember which stall it was on, but they had some shawls hung up and I saw this shawl. I didn't even know it was Stephen West at first and I just fell in love with it. And it was done in a really dark grey, almost black, and a golden, really deep gold yellow. It was beautiful and it was so drapey. And I said to the lady, what pattern is this? And she goes, it's Stephen West Starflake. So I've been eyeing it up ever since, and I want to do it in them same colours. So I definitely want to get that pattern. But while I've been hunting on Ravelry this morning, I've also seen at the boardwalk. I absolutely love that as well. And you know, I've only made one Stephen West shawl, which was the Winterlight shawl. It is here. For the old subscribers, you will have already seen this. I'm really sorry, but if you're new, this is the Winterlight shawl, and I made this earlier on this year, and I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. So I really do need another Stephen West shawl, and it looks so nice on. I do wear it like this around the house when I'm cold because it's so cosy. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to wait till the make-along's finished. Because as well, I'm so flaky with patterns. Not patterns, with projects. I cannot stay on one project. And I've always said this. I like to have at least sort of 5 projects on the go. And I'll just pick them up and put them down so it keeps me interested. So having the pressure just because it was a make-along to keep going, I think that was part of the problem. So I'm going to do it afterwards. And then I can just, like I did with the Winterlights, it took me a while, but I just kept picking it up and putting it down. Because you do need to concentrate more on the Stephen West patterns as well. And I can't do it when the kids are around, so I normally do it when they're at school. But now I'm wittering, I'll shut up. So that is what happened to the Stephen West. But never mind. I did console myself and cast on another project because I was so disappointed. I've been talking about the Salem sweater by Dragon Hoard Designs. So I did cast that on. Now, I was originally going to do it. The pattern calls for... I'll show you a picture. Just 1 second. This is the pattern. The pattern calls for 4-ply yarn held double with mohair. And that's how I wanted to do it, because I wanted to have the drapey effect. But I was speaking to my friend about it, and she said, Alex, do you really think you're going to be okay with the mohair? And to be honest, no, I probably wouldn't. I'm so sensitive to things. So what I did was I went to Hobbycraft. And I've not brought the ball of yarn up with the ball band. Have I got it in here? Nope, that's not helpful. I'll have to put it on the screen what the yarn's called. But I went to Hobbycraft with the intention of buying the West Yorkshire Spinners yarn. But they hardly had any stock in. So this one is a bonus DK. And it's called Silver Grey. So I bought 6 balls of this. It's a 100-gram ball. And DK weight yarn. And here we go. This is my progress so far. So it's worked from the top down, but all the way down the sleeves you've got this beautiful cable design and little bobbles. You see? And same on the other side. Oops. It's absolutely beautiful. I've had no problems with it whatsoever so far. Even the cable design. I mean, I've done cables before, so I'm okay with those. I do like the effect they give. But it's absolutely gorgeous. And it goes over my head. I've already checked that bit. Oh, I haven't done a swatch. Because it has such a lot of positivity. Well, okay, I'm totally lying. You all know me by now. I've not done a swatch because I'm lazy. But, in my defence, oh, you all know what I'm like. I will continue to not swatch until it comes and bites me in the ass. And then I will swatch. You know it's going to happen one day. Where's the... Here we go. Where's my schematic? It is designed to be worn with where is it now? 12 to 15 inches of positive ease. So that's why, no, it's not the reason I've not swatched. So I haven't swatched. I think it'll be okay. I'm doing size 4. And according to the pattern, you'll find your size adding on the positive ease. I think I've only added 11 inches of positive ease, so not as many as the pattern calls for, because I think 15 inches is quite a lot. So, which is the finished bust measurements of 54. And according to the notes say this raglan style sweater is knit top down using circular needles worked in the round. The sleeves are put on holders and the rest of the body is knit first. I recommend before starting this knit you take out an oversized sweater that you enjoy the fit of and measure across the front of it. That's what I did. My sweater that I measured came out at 54 inches. Excuse that, that's the dog. Hopefully she'll quieten down. She's sitting outside the bedroom door. But it's the perfect second sweater. I've knit the Whitmore and I've knit the Weekender. So this would be my third sweater. But yeah, I absolutely love it. It's got a little bit of chart in it, the cable section. 1 second. Let me just quieten the dog down. 1 second. She's still barking. I don't know what she's barking at. She's downstairs with Danny. Not quite sure what she's barking at. Yep, so part of the pattern has a chart. So for this bit here is charted. So you do need to know how to read a chart, but it's a really simple chart. I've not had any problems reading it, and I don't read charts. So I don't think anybody'd really struggle with it, to be honest. I've had no problems. It's literally, you know, this section here is charted. But yeah, love it. So it's taken a while at the moment because I'm concentrating quite a lot on this bit. But yeah, absolutely love it. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that works up. And I may take, on the advice of Sharon, who has the SCR1TNO podcast, what she does when she makes garments is she knits, once she gets down to splitting off for the sleeves, she actually knits the sleeves, then she's not left on Sleeve Island. I might do that with this. And then literally, because the only complicated part of it is the cables. So if I've got that all out of the way, I'm just working round and round on the body. So I may do that with this, but I really love it. I'm so pleased I've started it. And it had German short rows in it, and I had no problem doing it. Why is that? Why could I do the German short rows on this, but not on the Stephen West? I don't know. I had absolutely no problems. That's where all the German short rows are, because it raises, if you look at it, it brings the back up higher. So all the German short rows are on the back. No long stitches, no holes. I don't know. I don't understand. But that's that. Really, really enjoying that one. I have also cast on. I'm so bad. First of all, I do have progress on Danny's cowl as well. Not massive progress, but I'm making Danny this sockhead slouch cowl. Got the pattern to show you here. I won't spend too long talking about this because I think everybody knows the pattern. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and it's by MCclure. And this is that. So Danny wanted this for winter. So this is in one of my colourways. This is blue suede. And last time you saw, there's my progress marker, I was just an inch below the progress marker. So there's not a massive amount of progress on it, but it's getting there nonetheless. And the good thing about this pattern, which I found really good, where is it? It must be on that one. So it's a free pattern, so I think I can tell you this bit. After you've done the ribbing, they suggest that you weigh the ball of yarn that you've got left, so you know how much you'll need for the next amount of ribbing, because you have 4 inches at the bottom and 4 inches at the top. And it's even got a little section for you to write on how much you had. I thought that was a really good thing. But yeah, so that I'm just plodding away at. Danny keeps saying, is my cowl ready yet? Is my cowl ready yet? No, not yet. And then because I've finished my socks, I've still got the All Is Calm socks to finish, the second sock of that. But I'm kind of all socked out at the minute. I've made quite a few pairs of socks over the past month, so I'm kind of all socked out. So I had no little projects on the go at all. And if you've been watching Vlogtober, you'll know that I've been itching to cast on the Weekender as well as the Salem sweater. But I don't want to have 2 sweaters on the needles because I know that it'll just take forever. If I've only got 1 sweater on the needle, it'll get worked on a lot more. If I've got 2 sweaters on the needles, they'll hardly get worked on. But I wanted something quick and simple, just so I've got something that's coming off the needles. Because I've got the Salem sweater, the Snoopy blanket, the autumn leaf blanket, they're all big projects. So I cast on the Show Us Your Scraps Mitts by Laura Bales. Now, you know I've made this pattern before twice. I'll show you the pattern first. It's not a free pattern. You can get it on Ravelry and on the Lonely Knitter website. Laura Bales is the Lonely Knitter, and she has Crafter's Balm, and so she's bumbling, is it bumbling yarns? And I'll put it on the screen, but she's the Lonely Knitter. So these are the Show Us Your Scraps mitts. It's such a brilliant pattern. I've never made the Scrappy version before. I have a pair that I keep in the car, which are brilliant for driving in. And then I made a second pair to go in the gift knit box. So this is the mitts that are not done Scrappy. I'll do that way so you can see. And they're done in 4-ply yarn. There's 2 versions. There's a small and a large. And they're just so quick. There's less stitches on these than what you would have on a sock. So you can imagine how quick they work up. And you can do them as long or as short as you want. These ones are actually, this one's slightly longer, can you see? Clearly wasn't paying attention, but you can't tell, you really can't tell. So they're in my gift knit box. So I wanted to make the Scrappy version for myself. So I've cast them on. There's not a lot to see yet because I've just cast them on. But this is a yarn, Dye and Knit by Kate. What was the colourway? Was it Oriental? I think it's Oriental. I've just cast them on, and the next colour I'm going to put in is this one. It's going to go on the top. I can't see very much here because I've just done the rib. It's going to go on the top there. And this is a Somerset Yarns, and I bought this a few months ago now. Danny bought it for me. It was a rainbow pack they did, and it's been brilliant. There was a red, a blue, an orange, a yellow and a green in it. It was fantastic. So I always use them for heels and toes and cuffs and edges, and they're brilliant. So yeah, just the only thing I did different on this time, I've not done the rib in the same way that she asked for, because I wanted a smoother rib. This one here, can see the difference in the rib. That's the rib on that one, and that's the rib on that one. But it is such a brilliant pattern. They make such lovely mitts. Put one of these on to show you, look. Be easy, won't it? They're just gorgeous. Absolutely love them. This is my go-to pattern for mitts, and it was really reasonably priced as well. I'll put a link in the description box below. So these won't take me long to make it all, and I'm not even sure that I'm going to have them matching. I don't know, I may not even match them, but I've got so many yarns in here. That's the one that's going in next. Got this one from Attic Spin Dye. There's a little free sample. when I went to Yarndale. I love it. And that's another one from Somerset Yarns. That was the green. I don't know what half of these are. That one's going to go in it. This one was from my friend Sue in Canada. That's going to go in it. That's one of mine. This one, I've got some of these here. It's the first yarn I ever dyed. Jake bought me, Jake's my eldest son, and for Mother's Day this year he bought me a yarn dyeing kit, which is how I started dyeing yarn, and this is what I made. So I've been keeping these for something special. But yeah, that's going in it. So it's just plodding along. Like I say, I'm doing the larger size, but it's still less stitches on the needles than a pair of socks. So they'll work up really quickly. I really like this version here. It's beautiful. So that is those. I saw Laura Bales at Yarndale. I didn't get to speak to her though, she was really busy. She had so many customers in the shop, obviously. I was like, oh my God. And my last work in progress, hang on, make sure I've talked about all that. So my last work in progress is the Snoopy blanket. I've been working a lot on this over the past week. I don't quite know how I'm going to show you. I may have to put a picture on the screen if I can't show you. I did take a picture of it the other day, but I'm going to get it out and show you anyway. So this pattern came out of the Crochet Now magazine, and it's this one here, and it's crochet. It's a corner to corner blanket, and I did not realise when I started it exactly how big it was going to be. It's huge. Absolutely love it. So let me just drop some yarns. That one's down there, that one's there, that one's there. This is the right way. Here, where's my stitch marker? Turn that around. Last time I showed it on the podcast, I was where this stitch marker is. Obviously it's got a Snoopy stitch marker as well, because that came free with the magazine, and a Snoopy crochet hook. Where is it? You also got a Snoopy crochet hook as well. So you start, for those of you that have not done corner to corner before, I started right in this corner here. I'm going to have to try and stand up just a second. So I started in this corner here, and you work this way. So that is the house, and I have just started putting Snoopy in here. So on this side, it'll be more interesting when you start seeing Snoopy. It's not interesting yet with just a house. But this side, oh, I'm losing my loop, just a minute. Oh no. I've just stopped increasing on this corner. So this corner's going straight up now, but it's huge. Let me sit back down so I can chat. Oh, I'm in a tangle, I know. There's a lot of ends on the back. I will show you the back, but don't judge me. Because I've been really lazy and I've not woven in the ends. This is the back. Not as many as you'd think, because where I can, I've been carrying the colours. And you can tell, but it really doesn't bother me, like here. You can tell I've carried the colours. I may put a fleece backing on it when it's finished, but that really doesn't bother me. You can cut the yarn off and weave it all in so you don't get that, but I'm not bothered. So there's not as many ends on the back. But I just love it. It's beautiful. Crochet, you all know, is my first love, and corner to corner is just my absolute favourite crochet thing to do. I made, where is that? Got that somewhere. I made this in corner to corner. You have to excuse the state, it's very old. Where is it? Where? This is a corner, this is a Kindle case, and that's corner to corner, and it's just lined. You can do anything with corner to corner. Just wrapped it up. So I'm really enjoying that. So that's the one that I've been working on most this week, because it's got to the easy part now. I'm not having to look at the chart quite so much because it's obvious where I am on the chart, so I can just pick it up and now just crochet, which is where I wanted to be. But it is taking about 40 minutes a row. And yesterday I was sat working on it last night, and I'd got in from school and I had about half an hour. So I thought, oh, I'll just do a row of the Snoopy blanket. And because I've stopped increasing on one side, I'm still increasing on the other side. And I thought I was at the other end of the row. So I stopped increasing and then gone all the way to the other side and realised that actually that this side was an increased row. So I had to pull it all out and start again. But never mind. So I think that's everything for the works in progress. So we shall get on with the giveaway, I think. First of all, huge thank you to everybody that had entered. I was just so pleased. Honestly, I had the biggest smile on my face. It's the biggest giveaway entry that we've had. There were actually 69 entries, and I was so pleased. So thank you so much for all of those of you that entered. It was just absolutely brilliant, and I had the biggest smile on my face when I wrote all the entries down. Even bigger thank you to Andy and Angela at Attic Spin Dye for the absolutely amazing giveaway prize. I'll show you it again. So this is the prize. This is Gingerbread House, 75/25, 100 grams, 425 metres, and it's 4-ply yarn, and it's just stunning. It's a beautiful candy cane stitch marker on there. It's absolutely beautiful. So thank you so much, Andy and Angela, for that. It's just lovely. They sent 2 skeins of yarn, and they said I could keep one and use one for the giveaway. And it was really hard because this one matched my other Attic Spin Dye, which is here. That's what I bought at Yarndale. It matched so perfectly. I thought, oh, I could really, and I thought, no, I'm gonna use it for the giveaway. They gave me Hot Rocks. Where is it? This was the other yarn that they sent with this beautiful stitch marker on. And I'd been eyeing this up at Yarndale, and I'm pretty certain that they had seen me eyeing this one up, and I think that's why they sent this one. This is Hot Rocks. So this is the one that I kept for me. I love it. Absolutely love it. I think I'm going to put that in Pure Joy shawl. Anyway, enough about me. Let's get on with the giveaway. So there are 69 entries. I've got them all written down. This took me a while. So I'm sorry if your Alexa's set off. I only know... She's already listening. Hang on.
Sorry, I don't know that.
I only know how to do a random number picker this way, so I apologise for that. Let's get on. Alexa, pick a number between 1 and 69.
Here's a number between 1 and 69. It's 14.
14. 14 is Linda C. Congratulations. I will put your name on the screen below. So Linda C, congratulations. Thank you so much for entering. If you can get in contact with me, preferably send me a message on Instagram. If not, just send me an email. You can message me on Ravelry, but I don't go on there enough. I may not pick it up straight away. Even though I'll be looking, I'll probably still forget. So preferably message me on Instagram or email if you can. But we had a few Lindas, so it's Linda C, and your comment was congratulations on the 500 subscriber giveaway, and you said you loved all my makes, so thank you so much. Yay, this will be coming out to you. It's going to be Monday before I can post it, just because our post office isn't open every day and it's only open mornings, and I've got tomorrow morning I have to be out. I've got a doctor's appointment in the morning, so I'm not going to get there and before it shuts at 11:30. So it's going to be Monday before I post it out. But yeah, please get in touch. Like I say, preferably Instagram if you can. But if not, don't worry, just send me an email. My email address will be linked below. I'm not very good on Ravelry. I'm really rubbish at it still. I can use Ravelry for patterns and that's about it. Anyway, stop waffling. Linda, congratulations, you won the yarn. Yay! So I'll wrap that back up. And thank you to everybody else who entered. So, I think that's everything. I think that's everything. There's no point in me really talking about live stuff because I'm doing Vlogtober and I won't have anything to talk about today if I say it all on the podcast. Not that I've got an interesting life where I've got lots to talk about. I really haven't. You've all been so kind on Vlogtober. You've left such lovely comments. I was really nervous when I started it because I just thought, what am I going to do? And I think it took me a good sort of 2 weeks to get used to picking up the camera. But I think I'm there now. I'm getting there with it. But you've all been so, so kind. And I'm used to picking up the camera now. And do you know what? I've absolutely loved doing it. I really have loved doing it. I can't wait for Vlogmas. I'm going to miss it when October's over. So yeah, I'm going to be really good now over the next 2 weeks. You can hold me accountable if I'm not. I'm not going to cast on anything else than what I've already got cast on because I need to get some projects off the needles. I've got the autumn leaf blanket that I'm itching to carry on with, but I need to get the Snoopy blanket finished first. I think it was a bit silly to have 2 huge blankets on the go at one time. So the plan is for the next 2 weeks to try and get as much done on the Snoopy blanket as I can and progress on the sweater and Danny's cowl because he's nattering for his cowl. I need to pull my finger out. I should just teach Danny to knit. That'd be really handy, then he can knit his own cowl. Oh well. But yes, I'm going to be really good and I'm not going to cast on any more projects at all. If any of you see me on Vlogtober casting on any more projects, stop me because I have to get some of these. It's starting to sort of stress me out a little bit because some things just aren't getting worked on, like the sweater I've not worked on for 2 days because I've been on the Snoopy blanket. Then I feel guilty for not working on the sweater. And then, so I put the Snoopy, it's just, you don't need to know all that. Anyway, thank you very, very much for joining me, everybody. Oh, actually, before I forget, yarn shop update. There is a shop update coming. The yarn arrived yesterday. It's unlikely we're going to be dyeing before tomorrow. Drying times. The shop update's probably going to be the end of next week, I should think. There is a few new things going into the shop this time. There's some sock sets going in. We have some high twist yarn. We only have 4 skeins of the high twist yarn because I just wanted to see how it would go. I know some people like it and I just wanted to see how it'd sell really. But there are some sock sets going in and there are some mini skein sets going in this time as well. So hopefully by the end of the week you should start seeing all those going. It's just drying time. I don't have a heated area or anything yet, so I'm still having to dry everything naturally. It just takes a while when the weather's cold, but it'll be fine. So thank you all for joining me. I will see you again in 2 weeks. Have a lovely crafty 2 weeks, everybody. Bye bye.